everyone, and welcome. Welcome. I don't know if you were just on our previous 21-day renewal challenge. If you were and you didn't comment, I would love it if you would give me some feedback and let me know what points really came home for you, or what points you still have some questions about. Remember, you can always go to Victoria Moore McDowell, MCDOW.com, and get on the list so that you can have all the latest and greatest things that are coming and happening, just like this 21-day Success Blocker Challenge. I will tell you where this came from. And the reason I'm telling you is because if something is going on for you on your journey of transformation, then I want you to know that it's probably coming up so that you can better serve others. Now, that may be within your own household, within your family, within your community. It may not be on YouTube. It may not be a global dream that you have. But believe me, you are integral to the tapestry of life. I've always loved the word tapestry because I love tapestries. I love like period piece movies and that kind of stuff, and the big tapestries that would hang on the wall. And I know it seems like I'm digressing, but I'm not. So I'm bringing it back in. But with the 21-day Success Blocker Challenge, what happened is I was actually getting my certification for coaching. I was getting my executive certification going for my coaching. I had just gotten through graduating and so I went straight into that. And as I was doing it, then all of this great content was coming up because I was having to write all these case studies and all this various stuff. And so I started a group coaching on Facebook. You're welcome. I invite you there. It's Victory, Boldness, and Courage Coaching with me, with Victoria. But anyway, so I started posting content within my private Facebook group for coaching. And as I was doing that, unbeknownst to me, then my spiritual mother, Apostle Dr. Lynetta Dent, was reading. And about a week into it, she sent me a text message. And she said, I'm reading what you're doing in your group, and it's really good. You need to take it and turn it into a book. You need to finish out what you're doing, and then you need to take it and turn it into a book. I was like, oh, wow. Well, I finished what I was doing. I think I ended up doing 28 days that time, but now I've condensed it down to 21. But then I didn't know anything about self-publishing. I had no concept whatsoever of so many things, so many things. But I was determined because my leader had spoken over me and she had believed that I could do this thing. So I set about to do this thing. And so the best thing that I could come up with, because I just didn't understand so much about self-publishing, and at the time, my resources were less than none, then what I did was I went in and I did a photo book. I typed it all up. I took my Facebook post. I made pictures and all this kind of stuff, and I did a photo book. Now, that photo book I have taught out of several times. I did it on my radio broadcast. I've done it in other places, ministered from the pulpit with it. And so I've utilized it. But it is not something I could resell because I would actually go in the hole. It's not profitable. It's not feasible at all. Well, since then, back in December when I did my first Make More Offers challenge with Myron, and he was talking about what is in your house, then I set about learning the skill set. I set about learning the skill set to learn self-publishing. Now, back in October, before all that happened, my apostle, Lynetta Dent, she has a publishing company. And so she took, I think there were 6 of us. She took 6 of us. Matter of fact, she gifted me this. But she took 6 of us and challenged us to do a book in a month. That is where the last challenge came from, that book. I had already written that book. However, I didn't have it in book form or anything like that. And so she took 6 of us under her wing, and within 30 days, we had a book out. Now, I will tell you, we did not have 30 days. I'm glad we already had books written, but she helped us tweak it and all this stuff. And that book I put on Amazon because, again, at the time, I've been caregiving for the last couple of years and had no income. And so she arranged it to where she could help me turn it into an ebook. But I kept on going. The story here is that something had already been put in me, and so I kept on going. And next thing I knew, back in October, I was on Amazon. Then December, by January, I was determined I was going to learn self-publishing. By February, I was still struggling. By March, I was struggling a little. But now, you know what? I know how to self-publish. I don't ever have to learn that again. I know how. I know how to help anybody do it. I know how. So now it is a skill set that I could actually utilize as a business model and help other people publish their books. All of this. Why did all this happen? Because I was seeking. Because there was a dream in my heart. And so this is your first success blocker. Your first success blocker is there is a dream in your heart. It may be a very faint voice now because it has been ignored or stomped on or all kinds of things. But when you arrived on this planet, the imagination and the creativity that was placed within you by God Himself is still there. If you are still alive, it's still there. I will also do a plug right now for my son. And if you need some inspiration, go to Leeland. If you're already on YouTube watching this, go to Leeland. Leeland. Their last album, City of God, has a song called You're Not Done. The whole album, I love that album. But anyway, if you would like some musical inspiration, and the reason I tell you this is because I'm on a podcast with 7 other women that are giants in their industry. And the Lord just opened the door and allowed me to be on that podcast. And one of those women has become a Leeland, she just loves everything that they put out. And she did a special post and everything about that song. So even if you don't feel like you're very religious or you're not really into the whole spiritual aspect of things, and you just happen to find me today and you're just wondering, what in the world is this woman saying? It may seem like I'm all over the place, but I know that there are times when I get up and I speak that if I will just relax and let it flow, that there is someone that it is flowing to and for. And if I don't allow my ego or how I look or how it comes out to stifle me, then I can best serve you. So when I get on these kind of tangents, I know that there's a reason that I'm chasing all these rabbits. I know that there's a reason. And so whoever you are out there, I am so glad you're here. And thank you for taking the time to stop and hear this message. The great dreams and desires within your heart should not be stopped and can be not just come to fruition, not just come alive, but thrive and serve and be a testimony and a testament to the greatness and the glory of God Himself, because He made you the only you. And no matter how big a person becomes on the global landscape, there are still people that only you can speak into their lives. Only you have the opportunity to walk out that witness in front of them. So today, our very first day of the Success Blocker Challenge is for you to remember what it was like in the beginning. And I take nothing for granted. I realized that I was blessed to be born in America. I was most blessed to be born in the South in America. And I know that there are people that perhaps from the moment you arrived on this planet, things have been harsh. But I still believe in that part of you that God put in you, that the enemy, the world, the flesh, and the devil has tried to stop and squelch and stomp. So we're going to connect to that, and we're going to have 21 success blockers, and this is the first one. Remember the beginning and the great dreams in your heart. Okay?